Hi YouTubers, welcome back to Vintage Hat Chat. I'm Norma Shepherd, the director of the Mobile Millinery Museum and the author of 5 books on vintage fashion, including 1,000 hats. And I'm kind of in a breakfast at Tiffany's mood today. I've been playing with some jewelry, lots to catalog and go over, vintage pieces, but I pulled a couple of hats from the archives that very similar to what Audrey Hepburn wore in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Quite an iconic style of the mid to late 60s, and I'm excited to show you. I do need to do some steaming of these hats, so kind of a nice little project. Now this one is from the era. I'm sitting very close, so it looks very large. But you know, it has this mushroom brim, the very iconic high crown. You can see that it does need some steaming. There's some wrinkles in here. There's a proper way to store these hats, and I cannot verify that before we got them that they were properly stored. A hat like this, you don't want to damage the shape of the brim. It's best stored upside down, and if you can stuff the crown, that's great too. So you're not going to give it any damage, but also you need it to be in a hat box that is adequate enough for this large brim. And you can see that the brim needs some steaming as well. The brim is a very pale pink Milan straw, quite fine, quite lovely, and it's a great texture to put against this black black satin, and then of course some more texture, some more contrast, the wide black velvet bow and band. So even the bow needs a bit of steaming, and we're going to have to be careful not to stain that with the steam. It's a lovely piece, very no labels, but it is very iconic of that Breakfast at Tiffany's look. Second piece, also from the era, is navy and cream straw, another nice combination. This is a satin as well. It's a pieced dome, very high crowned again, which was so typical of the 1960s. We have navy grosgrain band and a ribbon tail at the back, and then some nice fairly coarse cream straw creates the band, or the brim, I'm sorry, and the brim is not quite as pronounced in its mushroom shape as the other one, but you still get that that iconic look. Now a third vintage hat I want to show you is more from the 90s. The crown is more shallow, but it is a variation on that style that looked so great on Audrey Hepburn. So this is the third one. It is a little more modern, but you know, the 90s, that wasn't you know, that wasn't a short time ago, was it? This is a very open weave straw that's cleverly patterned in a leaf motif. I'm sorry, I need to show it to you. I'm busy staring at it. And then we have this satin medallion that is trimmed with a little bit of the rough straw as well. This could use a bit of steam. As I mentioned, the crown isn't as high as what you see on the hats from the 70s, but it certainly could pass if you had to, you know, go to a themed event, a sort of Breakfast at Tiffany's themed event. A lovely piece. There's a little hat pin still remaining in the hat, and this label is made in France. Evelyn Freshy is the label. So now the one I'm wearing is just a nod to this style. This is just a summer piece. It's a summer piece from this past summer. It has the domed crown. It fits nicely and secure. Nice that you can see the contrasting under brim, and the white cording overlay gives it a crisp, almost a dressy look. Now there's one more piece from the 60s that I want to show you. I think it would have been quite a suitable style for the film Breakfast at Tiffany's, although it's not one you'll see in that film, but I think it could have been quite suitable. It's a peachy pink, terrific feather band, quite round, and sitting on top is this ruched satin in the same tone as the feathers. And the label on this one is, oh, Vogue de Paris. No wonder I love it. And I think it would have been quite suitable. This one we're not going to steam, obviously. So that's it for my little show and tell today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. If you've enjoyed this content, hit like, share, subscribe, and I will see you Monday. In the meantime, have a happy day.